Hey everyone, I'll be predicting the 2018-19 New Year's Six bowl games, which include the Orange Bowl, Rose Bowl, Sugar Bowl, Peach Bowl, Cotton Bowl, and the Fiesta Bowl. Now, the first bowl I'll be predicting is the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl between Florida and Michigan. Now, I have Michigan winning 24-14, and I think that because Michigan has a lot better defense, I think. Even after the Ohio State game, I still think they have a better defense. And I just think Shea Patterson is a lot better of a quarterback than Felipe Franks for Florida. And I just think that's a little too much for Florida. And I just think Michigan's able to come out with a better offense and a better defense. Now, in the second bowl game, I have in the PlayStation Fiesta Bowl, LSU versus UCF, and I actually have UCF winning by a score of 41-38. And I think that because UCF is obviously, I think, a better offense. And I know it was 7 OT game, but LSU allowed 74 points. I mean, I get it was 7 overtimes, but still 74 points. I mean, they should have had at least stopped them once if they were really good defense. And I just think that UCF is really looking to prove themselves, trying to show, okay, they'll stop for 2 straight years being undefeated. Let's show them we can beat a high-level Power 5 school who was in the top 5 at number 3 at one point. And I just think UCF is able to outscore LSU. LSU will definitely score. They do have a very good offense. I mean, they scored 72 in Texas A&M game. And UCF's defense is not known for being very good. But I think UCF finds a way to pull the win out and keep their undefeated streak alive. Now, the next bowl game is the Rose Bowl, which pits Ohio State against Washington. Now, this is the Big Ten champion versus the Pac-12 champion, and I have Ohio State winning 35-20. Now, I think this because obviously Washington does not have a very good. They do not have a very good offense, but they do have a very good defense. And Ohio State, they have a very good offense, but not a very good defense. I mean, they did score 62 on Michigan, but they allowed about 40 points for them to score. And Washington scored 10 points, but only let Utah get 3 points. Now, I think that the offense for Ohio State with Dwayne Haskins and the athletes they have at wide receiver and running back is going to be too much for that defense of Washington. And I think Washington will score more than they did against Utah because I think Utah has a better defense than Ohio State. But they won't be able to score enough to stay in the game, and that's why I see Ohio State winning this game by 15. Okay, now this is the last bowl game that is not a playoff game, and it is the All-State Sugar Bowl, which pits Georgia versus Texas. Now, I have Georgia winning this game 49-24. Now, Georgia scored 28 on Bama, and Bama is a very, very good defense. Texas does not have a good defense at all, and I think they really rack up a bunch of points against that defense for Texas. And I think it's a very good offense, but Georgia also has a very good defense. They held Alabama to 35, and I think Bama has better offense than Texas. Texas is just not able to keep up with Georgia. I think Georgia is on Alabama Clemson level. I personally think they should have been ahead of Oklahoma and in the playoffs, even with the worst resume. And Texas is ranked pretty low after losing to Oklahoma in the Big 12 championship game. And I just can't see any way Texas is able to stay in this game. And that's why I have Georgia winning by such a large margin. Now, here is the first playoff matchup. Number 1 Alabama versus number 4 Oklahoma. Now, I have Alabama winning this game 52-30. Now, Oklahoma has a very bad defense. They are below 100. I am pretty sure they are somewhere around 110. And Bama's defense is ranked very high in the top 10. And Bama is going to rack up a bunch of points with Tua against a very, very bad Oklahoma defense. And now they do have Kyler Murray on the Oklahoma offense, but Bama's defense also is very good. They will get a lot of points. 30 is a lot to get against Bama, but they're not going to be able to keep the scoring that Bama's going to be doing on Oklahoma. They're just going to be throwing a bunch of bombs like they do in the Big 12, and they're going to be scoring really quick. And Bama's defense will be able to hold Oklahoma's offense and Kyler Murray enough to stop them from being in this game, and that's why I have Alabama winning by 22. Now, the second playoff matchup is number 2 Clemson versus number 3 Notre Dame. Now, I have Clemson winning 30-17. Now, Clemson is a very good team, a Bama-level team. They do have a very good offense with Trevor Lawrence at quarterback, very good running backs, very good receivers, and also a very good defense, with one example being Dexter Lawrence, the NFL caliber defensive lineman, among other guys on that defense who will be going into the NFL. Now, Clemson, they haven't played anybody that good. Same with Notre Dame. Neither team has played a very good team that is very good right now, or when they played them, really. Now, Clemson, they didn't really need to. They just showed it against, pretty decent teams, pretty decent ACC teams, and they just showed that they would probably beat top-ranked teams. Now, Notre Dame, I didn't really see that out of. I mean, they did blow out Syracuse, but I think they caught Syracuse on a little bit of an off day, because Syracuse is just not playing good. And I can't really use that to estimate how they would play against a team like Clemson. So I just have to go with the safe bet and say that Clemson is able to beat Notre Dame by a pretty good score. But the one thing that Notre Dame would need to use if they want to win is their very big, tall receivers, very big, tight end receivers, and they would have to use them to get over the corners. But that's going to be very hard, and yeah, I just can't see that. So I see Clemson winning. Now we have the national championship game, number 1 Alabama versus number 2 Clemson, and I have Clemson winning by a score of 27-24. Now, this will be a very competitive game, I think, and most people will say Bama wins. But I say Clemson wins because they do have a defense that can keep up with Alabama's offense and an offense that can keep up with Bama's defense. Now, Georgia was almost able to beat Alabama. They lost by 7, and they were able to compete, and they were winning by 14 until Bama had to come back. Now, I think Clemson has a little bit better of an offense than Georgia. Clemson has a little bit better of a defense than Georgia, and I think that gives them a little edge, and I say they are able to beat them just like the last time they played for the national championship, where Deshaun Watson had that final second touchdown. I say they were able to drive downfield in the final minutes, maybe not with 5 seconds of the last one, but they are able to pull out the victory in the last minute. 24-24, Clemson kicks a game-winning field goal to win. And, yep, those are my predictions. Clemson is the national champion. Now, tell me what you guys think in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.